This weekend, Congress passed a bill to avert a government shutdown for 45 days with hours to spare. Democrats actually tried to delay the vote. At the same time, New York Congressman Jamal Bowman actually pulled the fire alarm at a House office building. He claims he was trying to open a door. Kind of a weird excuse for a former middle school principal who should probably know a thing or two about fire alarms. Take a look at your screen. Do you see that right there? Fire. Oh, that is the exact door and fire alarm in question. What part of fire alarm looks like it would open a door? Bowman, by the way, to a room he, by the way, was in. He's facing a resolution that would actually expel him from the House. And breaking earlier tonight, House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is now facing the threatened motion to vacate the chair introduced by Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz. Here now with the very latest from Capitol Hill. Two Freedom Caucus members. They've been working really hard. Congressman Byron Donalds and and Texas Congressman Chip Roy. Byron is from Florida. Welcome, both of you. All right, Chip, let me start with you. This is what I don't understand. And okay, if people want to go really far back, you could say, okay, maybe we needed the 12 appropriations bills done. I think that's a fair criticism from people like Matt Gaetz and others. However, you guys are going to win or lose together here. You both worked very hard on a first proposal that would have cut 8% in federal spending, except for securing our borders, our military, and our veterans. I thought that was a good 30-day bridge to get the 12 appropriations. You're now at 4 complete, done and finished. Why didn't that pass? Why did some? I mean, I'm a Freedom Caucus guy. I support the Freedom Caucus. Why didn't some people support that?
Well, Sean, it's good to be on. It's good to be on with my friend Byron. And if anybody should be pulling a fire alarm, it should be Republicans because of the massive dumpster fire that we have at the southern border and the dumpster fire we have here, spending a whole lot of money we don't have and racking up debt. In this, I agree with Matt Gaetz. We cannot continue the status quo. He's 100% right about that. And we've been setting out all year to try to change the status quo. This is not about personalities. This is about doing our job. We have a massive crisis at the southern border endangering our American citizens and the migrants who seek to come here. We have a crisis in terms of our debt and spending. I would have chosen the path that you just described. Some of my colleagues didn't want to do that. I thought a 30% cut to non-defense, non-veteran spending, plus actually securing the border with the hard-fought H.R. 2 border security package that Republicans passed for the first time in our history. We didn't do it under Trump. We didn't do it at any point in the past. We did that. And we did that because of the work we did in January to get the speaker to put conservatives in the right place. So I think Republicans need to learn how to take wins and then get another win with them. Well, that's what we're going to try to do right now. Yeah.
Because your second plan was you were going to cut the federal bureaucracy by 30%. You were going to, except for defense, that would have gone up $28 billion. Except for veterans benefits, that would have gone up $2.5 billion, and the same to secure our border. And that would have been combined with H.R. 2, which is your border bill that would actually seriously secure the border. And fiscal responsibility and border security, I think, have got to be Republicans' top 2 priorities. That would have worked. Why didn't that pass?
Well, you'll have to talk to the ones who voted against it. Look, the reason it didn't pass is because some people didn't want to have anything that continued moving in the direction with something like a continuing resolution. But here's my view. If you get cuts in place, and if you get the Republican conference to rally around cutting spending and agreeing with the argument of no security, no funding, then we ought to stick with it. And so that's where I would have gone. But we sit here where we are now with a 45-day continuing resolution that I opposed, that Byron opposed, that 90-something Republicans opposed. So now we've got to work hard, and we've got to use the leverage we have in front of us. Let's be very clear. There's going to be a lot coming at us over the next 45 days. We need to get the appropriations bills done under the debt ceiling deal, get spending down, and we need to make sure that not $1 is going to Ukraine. Not $1 is going to Ukraine unless we do our job to secure the border first, and unless we pay for anything we do, and unless we get appropriations done. And even then, I'm not interested in continuing to fund a proxy war, but we've got to do our job to leverage that to force change.
Okay, Byron, if you can get spending cuts and get the border secure, and not negotiate away, and I agree on the Ukraine issue too, and do it through the appropriations process. Can that happen in the next 45 days? And then the Republicans win, and then all pressure goes where it belongs, and that's to Mitch McConnell's Senate.
Sean, I think we can do that, but the number one way you get that done is that House Republicans got to stand together in that battle. Border security, like Chip is saying, that's got to be the number one issue that we fight for in this spending battle we're going to have with the Democrats in the White House. Joe Biden is terrible. We know that. The Democrats in the Senate don't work and they don't do anything. We know that. But the border is hurting all Americans, regardless of their party. That's where House Republicans need to stand. But the only way we can cut spending, secure this border, go after the weaponized government at the FBI and the DOJ, the woke stuff in our military is we got to stand together and work hard to get these things done. We can do it in 45 days, but we got to be united in that effort.
What about the motion to vacate? Is that going to be a problem?
Yeah, Sean, I'll tell you, I think it is going to be a problem because the first thing it does, it takes away floor time where you're supposed to be actually going through amendments on the appropriation bills. That's one. Number two, yeah, it's going to lead to divisions in the conference. How are we going to be united as a conference if we're divided on that question?
Well, you're either going to win or lose together. So somehow there's got to be a sweet spot where you are the party of fiscal responsibility, border security, that you don't give in, and I think that that's good politics at the end of the day. I hope you guys can work it out. We appreciate your time. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.